In this video, we show how to handle large workloads with the CYANElite 290. In the sample list, it is possible to pre-program more samples than the capacity of the sample tray. To indicate to the system which samples are currently on the tray, a position between 1 and 10 has been assigned to them. Once the analysis for the first 10 samples are finished, reassign the positions to the next 10 samples in the sample list before running these measurements. To reassign positions, press the Sample Tray button. We can release all positions at once by pressing the Remove All button. Before doing this action, check the ID of the next sample. The next sequence of samples starts with the ID 208. Now you can remove all samples from the sample plate by pressing Remove All. Then place the new set of 10 samples on the tray. Select the new sample from the list. This is the one with ID 208. Click to select the sample and place it on the position of choice on the schematic view on screen. Continue this way for each sample in the list. Once all next samples have been positioned on the schematic overview, click on Exit to return to the sample list. You will note that the previous samples no longer have an assigned position, while the following samples now do have a position assigned to them. Use the sample list in the software as a guide to physically place the patient samples on the corresponding positions on the sample tray. Make sure the tube size on the tray matches the format on screen. A spare tray makes this job easier, as a new set of samples can be prepared in advance. The next step in the daily routine is to program which tests should be run for which patient samples. To do so, navigate to the Work List menu. On the right side, click on the Test tab. The sample list displays the ID, the tray position, and the reference of the patient samples previously configured in the Samples menu. Click to select one patient. If multiple patient samples require the same tests, click and drag downwards to select more than one sample. Then select the predefined method or the method profile that will be run for these patient samples. The test requests immediately appear in the work list, but the test status is still indicated as not scheduled. Continue adding sample analysis for the remaining samples. Before starting the measurements, Evaluate in the Monitor menu whether all requests can be measured without interruption. The Monitor menu is useful because it shows how many tests can be run with the available reagent volumes, and it shows how many tests are programmed in the work list, as well as the number of tests which are being executed. If the number of programmed and/or scheduled tests is higher than the number of available tests, the latter will be displayed in red. In this case, we recommend filling that specific reagent bottle with more reagent or adding a second reagent bottle now. This prevents the analyzer from suspending tests because the reagent bottle is empty during analysis. To fill the specific reagent bottle of alpha amylase, navigate to the Reagents menu. We will now refill the bottle in position 4 of the reagent tray. After filling this reagent bottle, click once on the bottle in the schematic view. In idle mode, the analyzer immediately checks the volume available in this bottle. After the volume check, return to the Monitor menu. The number of tests which can be done with this volume has now been updated. At a glance and in any menu, we can also check the number of cuvettes still available. 1 cuvette equals 1 test in the work list. In this example, we still have enough cuvettes to finish the program tests without interruptions. In case there are more tests to be analyzed and the number of cuvettes available is exceeded, you will see that the analyzer warns you. To enable this feature of this blinking button, log in as administrator. Then navigate to the Administrator menu, Settings, and select Worklist. In the Resources tab, activate the function to check the cuvette availability and warn the operator. In this example, to ensure continuity of analysis, we recommend replacing completely used cuvettes now. To do so, press the Replace Cuvettes button. You will note this message that it is currently not possible to replace segments because the analyzer is in idle state and awaits new measurement requests. To perform the action of replacing cuvettes, you first need to pause the analyzer. Once in paused state, it is possible to replace the used cuvettes, here indicated in blue. In this example, it concerns segment 4 and segment 1. We will replace them now one by one. With 81 cuvettes and enough reagents, you are now assured to be able to run all requests without interruptions. And you can start all remaining analysis.